Hey everybody, this is Ben here at thatcologneguy coming at you with a new, that's right, review. How are you guys doing? As you know, this is the channel, of course, that welcomes you to your weekend, so happy Friday to you. I hope you're doing well, staying safe, and staying positive. And also, before I dive in real quick, I just want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers since last week. We have had just an absolute avalanche of new subscribers, so welcome aboard. Welcome to the Cologne crew. We really appreciate you, your comments, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. This is, as you know, in the title of the episode, you know that this is Zion by Alexandria. So I'm just going to show it real quick. Look, oh yeah, perfect. And this is a new house, apparently. So I have much to say about this, which is, I did a lot of investigating, which doesn't really make sense for a first impression series. But I knew nothing about this for many reasons. Number one, it's a new house. It's a scent that I'm not familiar with. It's a clone of a scent I'm not familiar with. And I had no interest in getting this sample on my own. It was sent to me. So this is, like I said, this is, the house is Alexandria. So I'm going to be looking off to my left here because I do have a few notes. But the house is apparently started in 2018 or 17, but it's recent. It's just only about two to 3 years old, and apparently this is a clone of Elysium, and I'll be putting this up in the editing. Elysium by Roja Dove. Another thing interesting I did not know was I always thought that Roja Dove was Roja Dove. I thought it was Roja, R-O-J-A, from Spanish. So I've always assumed that niche brand is a Spanish perfume house, but it's actually not. So a guy named Roger Bird, who's from England, he is a parfumer who used to work for Guerlain. And his parfumer name, his nom de plume, so that wouldn't be a writing name though, would it be? His pseudonym apparently is no, it's not Roja. It's Roja Dove. And so I'm assuming if you say Roger with a British accent or an English accent, I really should say, then you would say Roja, right? Like so, say Roger Federer, like you're from England, and you'll say Roja. So Roja Dove, right? Roger Bird went to Roja Dove, and their 2017 release is Elysium, and apparently, I do not know this, but everyone says that this is a clone of it. So then I went and checked out Alexandria, the house, and it turns out it was founded by a guy named Hani Jerez. And I'll put names up or down, whatever. Hani Jerez, and he is from Cairo, Egypt. So I'm assuming Alexandria is reference to Alexandria in Egypt, but I don't know that. He's from Cairo, Egypt, and he now lives in Anaheim. So he moved to the U.S. as a boy, and he has always been into fragrance, but he really did not like the fact that niche fragrances cost so much. So the impetus behind Alexandria is to create niche-like scents at a shockingly friendly price. That's the goal, and so some people are going to say that you should always look at a scent only on its own merit, and then other people will say you have to consider all the different factors. Which one will I do? Stay tuned. So that's my teaser. All right. So as far as the notes, this is an aromatic fougere, and it is a citrus woody. And I keep looking over because there are so many notes here. I'm just not even going to read them all. All right, the ones I get the most are a plethora of citrus notes. And then after that, I also get our famous ambergris, which is whale vomit. And then you get cedar and then vetiver. So it is a really, really nice fragrance. I have really enjoyed this. In fact, it is practically bone dry, and I think I've saved enough for this review. I hope so. I have really, really enjoyed this one. Knew nothing about it. I wish I could even speak to Elysium by Roja Dove, but I cannot. But the Roja Dove Perfume House is actually in Brighton. So again, it's not Spanish, it's English. So this apparently, again, is a clone. It's called Zion. Those are the notes, but it is really complex. I mean, go to Fragrantica or Base Notes and check them out, because I'm just giving you the notes that I pick up on my own skin that I can pick up. But honestly, this is another one of those fragrances that you really have to smell. It is fantastic. It is really, really nice. All right, so those are the notes. Now, when it comes to longevity, apparently some people had problems with longevity and projection. I really did not. I found this to be average, meaning I got 6 to 8 hours on my skin for projection. For longevity. It lasted 6 to 8 hours. So again, you're going to get a work shift. And then as far as projection, quite good, actually. I got about an arm's length for the first 2 hours, and then it settled down a little, but I wouldn't call it a skin scent. Now, here's what I read. Some people who on Fragrantica who were complaining about this, apparently this brand is known for... Again, this is a little bit out of my league here, but it is a first impression series. Apparently, this brand is known, like you have to spray it. The person said spray every other day or something. A couple of people said, spray it often in the first week or so to get more oxygen in the bottle, and then it will start to last. I can't speak to that. I'm just letting you know that for those people who say it was gone in a half hour, I don't see that at all in this sample. Wes sent it to me it had about 25% left in the sample, so I can't even speak to when I first got it. All I can say is I did not have any problems with longevity and projection, and in fact, some people even said that it does better than Elysium, which is a niche fragrance. But 6 to 8 hours work shift for me, and that's out of a sample spray, by the way. So it's probably going to do even better with the bottle. And then the second thing would be the projection was definitely an arm's length away from the body, and then down to about an elbow length away from the body from the final 2 to 8 hours. That's pretty good, really. Especially if you sprayed this on your clothes, you would even get more of a scent. It is really, really nice. I can't speak to what it smells like in terms of other fragrances. For me personally, this one is very original because I haven't smelled Elysium, but either way, those two fragrances are this is very masculine. It's very timeless. I know we have to be careful with buzzwords here, but this could be kind of a 90s meets 70s and 80s powerhouses. There's nothing really that marks it other than it's very masculine, very pleasing. And I would consider it timeless. I would definitely use that word. So when it comes to the continuum of feminine and masculine, and then unisex in the middle, I would say that this is definitely quite to the masculine side. I wouldn't call it ultra or uber masculine, but I would say that it's definitely close to that. It's unequivocally masculine, is what I would say. And if you don't like those terms, and I would say that the people who end up wearing this are probably going to be about 85 to 90% men and 15 to 10% women, as far as how it actually plays out. I definitely see this as a scent that I could see. I could see women buying for their man because it's just very attractive. It smells very, very nice. Now, age group, same thing. Maybe it's got some carnation or rose, I think. I would say slightly mature. I don't see college guys wearing this necessarily, but yet. So we'll go 25 and up. How's that? I think 25 and up would be what I would say as far as how you actually see it play out. But there's nothing to stop a college guy from wearing this. I mean, it's not youthful. It's not mature. It just smells really, really nice, and it makes me want to either buy a bottle of this and or know more about Elysium. So I am highly curious about this fragrance, which is a compliment to Alexandria. So let's go to event. Now, when it comes to where you would wear this, I see this as I see it personally as slightly more of a night scent, but there's nothing wrong with a day scent office. It's just that you will get noticed. It's not for the meek, and so and it really does smell extremely unique and masculine. So it's not so much of a crowd pleaser or something that everyone likes, right? Men and women and people who don't like fragrances and people who do like fragrances. This is definitely one that's going to garner compliments and get attention. So I would say if you did wear this in the day, you'd want to be careful on the trigger with this one. I see it probably more of a nighttime, from 5 on and a night out. But again, if you guys wear this, let us know if you do wear it during the day. I had a hard time, I have to say, as far as seasons. I can't really commit to you a specific season on this one. I guess with the cedar and vetiver, maybe more of a spring, but that's just me thinking that I need to come up with something. I just really like the smell. I see this as working in all climates. And again, if you wear this fragrance, please let us know if you agree or disagree. I can't come up with a season for this one. I really just think it smells fantastic. So there you have it. You seriously check out the notes on this, because the notes are it's a highly complex fragrance. All right, so we did event, we did age, and we did gender. Now let's talk. So let's have a discussion about whether or not we want to see this on its own merit, or see it kind of like the Zara, Zara, or Sada, or Thada, whatever your pronunciation. That is an example of a house that does a lot of clones. And so people don't necessarily see them in the same light as they would another parfumé or perfume house, because they're not taking any chances or risks, right? So for me personally, I really love this fragrance. I do. And I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. If you follow my channel, you know that I give out of 5 sprays, and then I put them on me. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 sprays, and I will make sure I cue in the booing, because I know some of you already feel that you should just look at it on its own merit. I'm considering a 5, but I have to give it a 4 because it's riding the coattails of someone else who was daring. Okay, someone else was moved to make in an artistic sense, to make something unique, and then these guys swoop in and take advantage. I'm not sure about that. So I feel like because it's a cologne. I feel like this is a 4 out of 5. I reserve the right, though, to maybe even consider if I go beyond a first impression, that this is a 5 out of 5. And I have a feeling that if Elysium smells like this, I'd be open to a 5 out of 5 for that one as well, unless the longevity and projection are not that great, as some have noted. But man, this is really great. I will definitely be getting my hands on either a bottle of this or a sample of Elysium. And I enjoyed researching the man behind Alexandria Fragrances. It's it's a 2018, if I'm not mistaken, house, and this is a 2018 or 19 release. You have to excuse me, but it's a recent release, because 2017 was Elysium. And let's see if he's successful. If anything smells of his other releases smell like Zion, then he will be successful, because this is really, really nice. 4 out of 5 sprays for Zion from Alexandria House, and I'm going to go 1 on each wrist and 1 on each side of the neck. And I reserve the right, possibly in the future, to bump to a 5 out of 5. Especially, I know some of you have already said that I should not take off any points at all, because this is a clone. But there just has to be something there about these houses that take the risk, as opposed to the ones that just ride those coattails to victory. Not fair. All right, here we go, guys. 4 out of 5 sprays for Zion. Boom. I think I have enough. Boom. Ooh, you saw that? It's going down to the wire. Will he have enough? Boom. There's 3 and 4. And here's what I'll do, because I'm really having to, I can feel it's almost bone dry. I'm going to give you guys a spray, and what we'll do is we'll hold that in case I do buy a bottle and I change my mind to 5 out of 5. So we're going to go right here, just because I love you. Boom. There you go. I still have enough. And for this episode, I'm so happy. So that's 4 out of 5 sprays. But we're question mark, because we're reserving a possibility to bump it up to a 5 out of 5. All right, there you have it, folks. Another review by the boards. Always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Let me just say really quick that every year, one of my first subscribers, Wes. Hi, Wes. Wes is a subscriber and friend. Every year, so he and I traded a couple things. We traded a couple things once, and then it went from there. And every year he sends me a box of samples and just things left over, just surprises for me to review. And actually, if you want the VIP experience for the 38 views that I'm going to get on this episode, you would know that he was kind of the impetus for the 2018 First Impressions series, because he sent me this big box and he's like, I just want people to know about these. I just love these so much. You review them. So I started doing the First Impression series in the summer, and it just went on from there. And so he sent this part of a box. I'll be reviewing these in the next few weeks. And he owns a business, and his business is Metalhead Musky Baits. And if you're not a fisherman, I'm not really. I wish I were. You have no idea how much I wish I were an outdoorsman. Maybe I will be in a future life, but it's not really my thing so much. He does, because I'm friends with him on Facebook. He does incredibly artistic work with musky baits. So if you're thinking, fishing, it's just these are just baits, it's incredible what this guy does. I will put the link down in the description box, and if you're interested, check him out. He's just a wonderfully friendly and genuine guy, and he sent me this, and I'm finally getting to his box of 2020, and I'm excited.